Hi, David Odell here with Odell Complete Concrete. This is my first day on the job site and I just dropped a couple rebars down to start with. Basically, the homeowner here is pretty handy with doing some odds and ends. He does a lot of remodeling, kitchen cabinets. He's a retired Boeing employee, retired engineer from Boeing. He took this on himself to get it prepped. He does a lot of other stuff on the side, but he just brought me in to do the final, which is placing the concrete and putting the rebar in and setting the steps up. So what we have there is my 6-foot Milwaukee, and what I did is I duct taped my digital Milwaukee 2-foot level to that. That way I could get longer spans and still know exact percentages of slope that I'm dealing with here. Because we don't have a lot in this backyard. It's completely enclosed and there's one way the water can run out of here, so it had to be right on the money, and that's why I was here, really, because there's really no room for mistakes if you want the water to drain out. So we've got our 3/8 rebar and 2-foot centers. I got my 2-inch dobies under there. Got some chalk lines. I got a little step there, 3.5-inch step, which will be faced inevitably with some brick across the front of that step. It kind of continues the whole theme of the brick look in this backyard. We'll run that across the face. Homeowner will do that as well, but he'll have that step face to work with. We have a valley cutting across. You can't really see it from this angle, but as we get into this a little bit more, you'll see where I double checked my valley as I went out there on my sliders, and a straight edge and the Milwaukee level that I had to do a little cutting because just the nature of concrete, when you initially lay it down, you work it with bowl floats. If you don't have much room for air, the concrete will slough off a little bit, and that's what happened here throughout my valley, so I had to recut it in. Very hard to get around this backyard without walking on the concrete, tiptoeing around the planters, jumping walls, things of that nature is the only way you can get around this concrete without bouncing all over it. Once it gets hard enough, it gets kind of fun because you can actually get out on the concrete without tiptoeing around. There I am cutting through that valley. You can see the concrete I'm generating. That's the nice thing about that Milwaukee 6-footer. You can screed with it and you can still watch your level at the same time. So I went out on it early that first time because I knew I may had to do that getting into that valley. Now this is my second pass, so it'll be my final. And here's what it looks like when it's said and done. Your valley comes right across there from the corner of that brick planter out the gate. That joint there is front of brick face off the step. So that joint won't be visible, in other words, but it will crack. There's a crack control joint at front of brick. Now I've suggested he put a little bit of tape over the top of that joint so the mortar doesn't adhere to that joint, so if it does crack there, it won't affect the brick. It'll still be bonded behind the crack joint. That's the theory there. Anyway, thank you for watching and have a good one.